Good after evening. Well, good wherever you are. Happy, like the whales would say, happy equinox, fall equinox. Just to show you that I am here. Anyhow, I am here. I don't really like this camera angle, but you know what? I don't really know what else to. But hello, good creatures of planet Earth. As always, hello. And much love, as always. Total love and much love. All right. Last couple times I've been talking about a few things that I feel like are still important. Dr. Joshua David Stone and his ideology has been so important to me. The Hopi prophecies have been such a eye-opening thing. Things that really are relevant to our times and are speaking and have spoken to the COVID, the stuff. But as things continue to traverse, yes, I am playing a piano. Often too late. But Hopi prophecies really did touch down on so many things. I promised that I would come back and talk about them, and here I am. I also am blessed to live in a place where there is an incredible, if not one of the best, supposedly, in the country, a metaphysical library, and I was able to get the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad. You know what? I really don't know how to pronounce a lot of names and things, so I hope that you excuse that. The Bhagavad Gita and prophecies, and I also got a book from there that was about tuning your piano, which is a really difficult thing to do. I just paid $150 for somebody to tune mine, but I got a book from there about how to tune your own piano. The Bhagavad Gita. I also got some things about prophecies, and this is a lending library, $30 a month to participate in the lending, or some of the things that go out of date or whatever you can pull off the shelf and take it, as long as you leave a donation or you contribute. So I pulled some things off the shelf, of the free shelf. And one of the things I want to say in accordance to that is that I have felt this. Here he is. And we're here. And everything is said is validated and worthy, regardless of how masochistic, belligerent, unworthy in any aspect or perception everything is. The more that I listen to things like Mr. Alan Watts or anything that is Eastern. And, I've been watching videos about how this is all so silly that every moment, every part of our reality, every part of this right now, you looking into my eyes. Hear that reverb on the piano? All of that is subjective, and there's so much in Eastern philosophy that talks about that nothing really matters. I keep doing quotations, and I will throughout. It's like raccoons saying, I got a thumb, I can open this. But everything, say hello. This is Mr. Hey, sorry. This is my Mr. But everything is possibly able to be thrown out with the baby in the bathwater. This is a really difficult thing for me when I talk about or think about or project or what's that damn word? Well, the word is about talking to other people. I'm not supposed to do it, but come on. I have other cats too. Not really supposed to talk too much about this stuff, but disseminate or disseminate. Disseminate? But disseminate. And it's really interesting to think about it. Like, it's really difficult to think about how to judge all these moments. And oftentimes I found a lot of solace and peace and solitude, which I keep very sacred for myself. I read books like Joshua Doctor, David Stone, and go to the metaphysical library once or twice and play piano and think about how I can think about how things are. Dun, dun, dun. But in the mindscape of it all, what I think is that everybody who thinks, which is anyone, that's my cat playing the piano, by the way. Come on, Ma! Oh, here's my other cat, Phoebe. So I have 3 cats. Hey, Phoebes. Come here, boo. Oh. That was boo-boo. Oh. This is Phoebe. Okay. Hi, hon. Oh, sweet pea. And this is Numi, Leo. He actually has 10,000 names. Okay. And this is my piano. One of them. And anyhow, so disseminating. I, within my astrology, has been told not to disseminate. And so I'm definitely going to disseminate. Want to know why? Because I like to disseminate. And anyhow, so 10 minutes in almost. So these books and these things, the Hopi prophecies, Dr. Joshua David Stone, Mount Shasta, and all the things that are wonderful. It's really interesting to think and talk about how things become real. You know, I have been thinking a lot and sitting very much trying to be focused somehow in what I would love to discover as reality, but what I continue to dig is a rabbit hole, and that's okay. I think it is, and that's why I'm saying it. As rabbit holes into so much information from all different aspects and different things that I wonder sometimes to myself, as it is spoken in Eastern philosophy and Alan Watts and whomever. Like, think about what you were saying, what you're believing. I'm not going to tell you what to believe or anything, but yes, information is so good. Now, in this time, almost 2023, we're right here on the fall equinox, September 22nd, 2022, 9/22/2022. Is a very interesting balance of time to talk about how we're dissolving, absolving, or integrating, or proliferating, perforating information. There's a lot of stuff in general all the time, but right now is a time information is so good, and what I have started to learn is that it's really, really important, maybe often for most people, but definitely some people in general, to learn how to dissolve information. Dissolve it into yourself and feel it, but can you let go of it after you have heard it, as it applies to your life and the screen that you're looking at, just like I'm looking at right now, and will at one point press stop, reread it over, publish it, and what does that mean or affect or anything, me or you or anything? And you know, like, I can tell you Dr. Joshua David Stone is amazing. He is. That Alan Watts is amazing. He is. That Mahatma Gandhi was an amazing human being. They was. Anything that I've been told that I'm not in direct contact with, and you're not in direct contact with me, is amazing. Every single experience is amazing. So, like, basically disseminating, like, my astrology has told me not to disseminate, not to rant on about shit, because I'm a bloody-da with a bloody-da moon, bloody-da sun, bloody-da ascendant, bloody-da astrological figure that possibly has the potential of disseminating very far too much, and because I'm very interested in information gathering. This has nothing to do with you, but I'm saying that when this all happens, what do I want to do? I want to disseminate. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about why or how things are, why or how things could be better. But, in some ways, being quieter and such. Has helped me think about if that's true to me. Is what anybody is saying, including what I'm saying right now, true to you? That is the focus of right now for me and for this video. What is true to you? Whatever I say, whatever is done or said by you, or what you hear, or what you gather in your information basket, whatever you disseminate when you are out and about, or within your own head, or to other people, is whatever that you are gathering and then disseminating, meaning distributing vocally or energetically, whatever the is that right for you? So I thought about this, and yes, it is right for me. Nobody can tell me that I shouldn't disseminate if I feel like I should. So I'm disseminating now, obviously, 16.11 minutes in. I'm going to play you a song before I say much love, guys. I have more to say. The Hopi prophecies especially were so interesting and still are to me. We are at a crossroads. We are at a time when it's important to get down to the basics. Here's my dissemination. It's important for me to grow plants, learn how to live simply, to focus on what's important to my family, my children, if I have children, FYI. Things that outskirt the borders of a very programmed existence. And say, like piano. I was fortunate to be able to learn this when I was young. Unfortunate to unlearn it and then have to learn it again. But fortunate enough to know that this is something that's beautiful and I can do, and it grounds me into a certain reality that I don't know how to speak to right now. Love of my people, including yourself, which is me talking to myself, is important to me. I get to choose what's important to me. I get to choose when I want to sit and be silent and say no. I get to choose my boundaries. Boundaries have been invaded by so many different institutions, and I don't like to use hotspot words like brainwashing or whatnot. But if you catch my drift, there's so many things that are or have been disseminated to us, perhaps, that have reprogrammed or shifted our realities based upon a formula. Formulas are simple, and people think that they're hard, like a piano chord. So, for example, and this is really difficult, but Beethoven wrote Moonlight Sonata, right? Which is this. All right, but he also wrote, that's the first section. And he wrote a second, which is really kind of weird. And then he wrote a third movement, which is really difficult, and I'm trying to learn it. terrible. This is terrible. I'm sorry, it's not going to be great tonight. Anyhow, that's the third movement of Moonlight Sonata. The first movement goes like this. Anyhow, this is kind of trying to point down to how we maybe interpret reality subjectively. They come in different movements, like Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. This is the first movement. Second, I Will Never Touch. And the third movement is so difficult. It's like... yeah, I'm not even going to try that right now. I'm typically better, but... Anyhow, I can play much better when I'm thinking properly, I expect. So that's the first, and the second goes like this, like... So I'm gonna learn this shit. And anyhow, how this all comes down is that subjectiveness is the essence of birth and creation, perhaps. I know nothing about anything. Videos that I've made have been dissemination, have been information that I've gathered and I've tried to process, and I've processed it through a widespread media collective way, and that's okay. But everything that you learn, everything that you hear is really important to talk about, to disseminate, just because my astrology says don't disseminate too much. Doesn't mean that I won't do it. I will, and this is going to turn out wild going on 30 minutes. But the fact of the matter is, like, that is the only way that I can, in my head, make sense of something. You can make sense of things. You are 3 to billions of movements of anything, possibly. Think about what your imagination can create. You can imagine anything. Learn anything that you can if you want. And when you do, you are allowed to talk about it. You're allowed to speak about it and play about it and poet about it and become frustrated and writer's block about it. You are allowed to enjoy this piece of life that we exist in, that we completely deserve, regardless of good, bad, dark, or light. We deserve to be who we are, truly, rudely, madly, and deeply. Really, really want you guys to know that it would be interesting for anybody on my cross references to look up Dr. Joshua David Stone. May he rest in peace. Beethoven. May he rest in peace. Alan Watts. May he rest in peace. Terence McKenna, of course. May he rest in peace. Works cited is best done if you grab a book on how to do it. Public speaking, do it. Figure out how to look into that little small hole, the camera thing on your phone, and belligerently or unbelligerently speak your truth. Take hold of yourself. Remember that you're loved by yourself, and that's the only thing, in my experience, that really makes waves with other love. Waves that come surf that shit via the web, via your mind, or physically. Don't get caught up about not understanding how to translate everybody's own translations on how to read music or how to read philosophy or how to read your mind. Figure it out by gathering information and disseminate the way that you need to. This is the way that I need to. I'll end with Furley's. Okie doke. Shortened version. Stay in tune. Much love, guys. With all the enticing power of the violet flame, Saint Germain. Much love.